Premier Doug Ford on the defensive again today. He had a news conference here in Streetsville about a new housing project. However, all the questions centered largely around the Greenbelt controversy.
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day it is today.
The Premier certainly seemed to be in a good mood as the news conference began, despite surely knowing he was going to face a lot of uncomfortable questions. Premier, ever since your days at City Hall, you have railed against the political elites and the insiders. And given the Auditor General's findings that wealthy developers were given preferential treatment, how is your government any different from what you've been railing about all these years?
Well, first of all, I disagree with preferential treatment. Those are. Oh, okay.
Disagree with the Auditor General's report? I thought you accepted the Auditor General's report.
I'm saying the way you phrased that, no one had preferential treatment.
That was certainly not the Auditor General's conclusion.
The process was biased in favor of certain developers and landowners who had timely access to the Housing Minister's Chief of Staff.
Even though the Premier and Housing Minister agree the way the land was selected for removal from the Greenbelt was flawed. For example, there was no transparency, no expert analysis, and the criteria was lowered so the land in question would qualify. Despite all that, no one has lost their job. There didn't appear to be any tension between the Premier and his embattled Housing Minister, Steve Clark. He even used a nickname for him.
I think you're up. Are you not, Clarky? Okay. That's all right.
We're a team, Premier. We're a team.
The Housing Minister's Chief of Staff, though, may be facing an investigation by the Integrity Commissioner. 92% of the land selected to be removed from the Greenbelt was chosen by him. Is this Chief of Staff going to be the fall guy?
First of all, we're going to follow the recommendations, so let's see where we go after the Integrity Commissioner's report comes out.
The Premier and his Housing Minister stayed on message, pivoting after each question to the same key points they have been delivering since the Auditor General's damning report.
We're going to continue building homes.
We move too fast.
The process could be a lot better.
We can ignore the housing supply crisis, or we can continue to build.
This comes down to one thing, is making sure that we build homes as quickly as possible.
We're committed completely to ensuring that the recommendations get moved forward.
All but one recommendation, that is, perhaps the most important one, that the government review and reconsider building on the Greenbelt. The NDP has issued a formal request to the Ford government to recall the legislature so this scandal can be discussed. Well, the answer? That's a hard no. Cynthia Mulligan, City News.